So what I'm going to show you today is in two parts really. There's this Wordwall software, which is a kind of activity maker for interactive whiteboards, and then there are these handset things that go with it, which some of you have got on the table, so try and find one if you can. They're a bit like the active expressions that I think someone was talking about earlier. So I'm nearly there, but I've just got to get projected up. Go on, you know you want to. Wow. Technology, eh? Okay, so the idea of this is, well, I'll just show you what it does, because I've only got 7 minutes, haven't I? So yeah, you can create activities for your whiteboard. What I would say is, if you want a copy of this, if you jot your details down, I think you've got some details of some of the people who are here as well, but if you're not on the kind of English coordinators, subject leaders list, jot your details down and send you a copy of the software. But you can create, things really, really easy. I'll just show you some of the things you can make, rather than waffling on. So here are some of the activities. So I'm going to start with something like Sentence Maker here. And I can type in a sentence, and what it does is it renders up on the board in a series of tiles. And these tiles provide interactive objects that you can manipulate through the board. So I'm going to type in a bit of Shakespeare there. I haven't actually got the board plugged in, but you can make the imaginative leap. So we can take those tiles, and we can flip them over. And I could say to my class, does anyone recognise this sentence, having maybe revealed a few words? I could ask someone to come up to the board, and they could write in there what they think the missing word is, like so. Okay, and we could maybe flip one of the tiles over, and we can see if they're right. So that's one way we can use it. Do speakers work? I just broke them. Maybe that's what I've done. Okay, another thing we could do is I could maybe take these and I could highlight particular keywords in a particular colour. So I might want to put the verbs in red, say. I might want to take these tiles and I might want to jumble them up and have someone come up to the board and stick it back together. The idea is you've got quite a few different ways you can use it here, but it's dead simple to make. Really, anyone can do it. So that's kind of the gist. Let me show you another one of these. So this one here is a seating plan. So with this, that'd be awesome, thank you. We can use these coloured blobs here to draw a little map of my classroom. So I can put some student desks out like this, and I can put a teacher's desk maybe at the front, like so. And I can put, some windows outside for my class to gaze out of while I teach them. And I'm going to type in the names of some of my students, but if you had a list in Sims or Excel, you can just paste them in. So here's my class list. And having pasted them in, what I might want to do then is, who else have we got? We've got all of our students laid out there. And then I could sit them all down in their seats, so you can sit them all down. And let's say having sat them all in their seats, I want to pick someone out of my class to answer a question or perform a particular task. We've got this tool here called the spinner, and the idea of the spinner is it's like a little fickle finger of fate. So it picks one out at random. I wonder if the sound's going to go now. Wait a minute. Let's just try. Maybe I need to. Oh, it's because I turned it off, that's why. So we can pick someone out at random and see who's it going to land on. Oh. Okay, Jack. So Jack answers that question. Maybe Jill gave him a helping hand. So when we run the spinner again, it selects from the remaining students. So it's a really easy way of picking people out of the class. A bit like the lollipop sticks, but without having to use too many lollipops. So that's one way we can use it. Another thing we could do is I want to put my students into random groups. We've got this tool here called the Swapper, which does that. But I've got Jemima here, sat near the teacher's desk at the front. She's been a little bit naughty, a bit disruptive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Jemima, and I'm going to lock her into her seat, and then I'm going to use a swapper, and I'm going to move everyone else around. So you can be vindictive as well, it's great. Okay, there's loads of other stuff, but I haven't got time to show you. There's like these image banks and dragging images, text banks that has encyclopedia and dictionary definitions, and translations in foreign languages. But the one thing I really want to show you is the activity bank. And the way the activity bank works is when I save a resource, so let's say we save our bit of Sonic here, I go and I save it, and once I've saved it, it asks me then if I want to share what I've made with other teachers. Then we click on the allow sharing, it takes that file and uploads it to the activity bank, and anyone else who's using the software can access it basically. And there's about 25,000 resources on here at the moment, but you can go in here and you can search for stuff. So I was searching for resources to do with spelling that we're going to have a quick go in a minute. But let's say we were doing something, I don't know, on Romeo and Juliet relationships maybe. So I can type that into my search box. And we've got Lots and lots of resources to do with relationship, Romeo and Juliet. In fact, what are the ones we've got here? We've got ones, factors leading to death, Romeo and Juliet character quotes, and which characters they are. Quotes from it and who did it. This one's quite nice. Oh, here's one I made earlier, so you basically kind of fill in the gaps in the sentence. But the one I want to have a look at is this. So what we've got here is we've got the characters, their relationships, and behind it we put some sort of picture of Romeo and Juliet, okay? And you can drag those images really easy. Now, we can also take this information, say we did an activity with this, but I want to do something else, we can use this convert tool, and I can take this information, and I can turn it into a crossword. So, we get a good looking crossword here. There we go. Oh, look, that's good. So we've got the same information there, but in another format. So we can put it as a worksheet, or we can use it with a handset, and we can go through the answers on the board. We can take the same information again, let's say we've done that, and I can turn it into a definition matchup. So what we've got here is the same information, yet again, in another format. So I think Ascalus was Prince of Verona. Romeo's cousin, anyone know? Juliet? Anyone? Benvolio? Okay, who else have we got? Okay, well hopefully, let me just turn these top two over, so you can see hopefully these ones match up, yeah, well done, and we can see the rest of them don't. So we can create activities like that. There's loads of other stuff in here. You've got these things like these web wizards at the bottom. These are dynamically creating resources. So say we were doing something on the day's news, we could look at, say, the difference between, I don't know, I could look at today's news in Wales, for example. So it takes this, and it puts it in a format you can use on board. So here are today's news stories in Wales. We can look maybe at how these differ from the BBC News headlines. We can look again at how a tabloid newspaper differs. So we can look at the language they use, how they reveal bias, but it's based on today's kind of news. And we can kind of click on these and it tells us a bit more about the story. And we can click on the little globe that takes us back to the site. Anyway, let's have a go with a handset. So what I'd like to do, if you can pick up a handset, if you've got one on your table, that'd be cool. They look a bit like this. There's some floating around at the back if you haven't got one. I think by those chairs at the back where if you went home. So press a key, and can you see on your handset you've got a number on there? Okay, that corresponds with a number up here on board. So I'd like to try and remember that number. But obviously, because you're so much more than a number, what I would like you to do is I would like you to type in your name. And the easiest way to do this is to use your left thumb on the left-hand side, your right thumb on the right-hand side, type your name in, and then press the submit key in the bottom left-hand corner, and it will send your name up to the board, as it has mine and Melissa's and Aaron's and other people. So make sure you press that blue submit key, and it'll send it up. Okay, Mel Stalker, wow. The amount of Mel's on Twitter, I'm surprised she's got more. So, okay,